I'm a big fan of small tablets because it's not every time I have the luxury of putting a large tablet on the table to consume content and do some work. But unfortunately, there aren't many good ones if you're on a budget, and the iPad mini can be too expensive for some. Which is why the Alldocube iPlay 50 Mini Pro will fill in the gap of budget small tablets. It resembles the iPad mini a lot on the back, but it packs quite the punch of value for money hardware for 1/3 of the price of a base storage iPad mini. And here's what you need to know about it after 2 weeks. The iPlay 50 Mini Pro looks almost identical to the regular iPlay 50 Mini that Alldocube is still selling at the moment. You get a beautiful and laminated 8.4-inch IPS display that pushes a 1920 by 1200 pixel resolution at 60Hz with reasonably slim bezels, an aluminum build that feels pretty good and weighs 290 grams. What Alldocube has upgraded is entirely under the hood and is what makes the tablet so attractive. It is powered by a Mediatek Helio G99 chipset paired to 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, while it continues to support dual SIM 4G connectivity, storage expansion, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is pretty crazy compared to similar priced tablets. Although I love the overall hardware of the iPlay 50 Mini Pro, there are two things that I don't like but not deal breakers. The placement of the headphone jack is located at a weird position that you can't use it properly when using intent mode. And the mono loudspeaker sounds mediocre with no bass at all. Which, despite that, I'm willing to cope with them considering it is a budget tablet. The iPlay 50 Mini Pro runs on Android 13 out of the box with no bloatware pre-installed. It has an almost stock Android skin that I find it very reliable during these 2 weeks of usage. And unlike the iPlay 50 Pro that we reviewed previously, you can use your preferred launcher without any force close issues, as I've done it with Nova Launcher. Unfortunately, the tablet doesn't support Widevine L1 unlike its non-Pro sibling, so you are limited to streaming SD content on Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. The Mediatek Helio G99 processor is a very capable mid-range chip that we have experienced on several phones and tablets. I haven't run into performance issues over the past 2 weeks, and the tablet can run games well with no overheating issues. Doing some lightweight productivity has also been a very pleasant experience with the provided TPU case, but I would advise getting a better Bluetooth keyboard, because the one provided by Alldocube is just too cramped for my fingers and it charges over micro USB. The iPlay 50 Mini Pro has a 30MP rear and 5MP front camera setup that works fine for casual shots, which is useful for capturing documents and presentation slides. The rear camera supports video resolution up to 1440p, and the front camera supports up to 1080p video resolution, which is pretty decent for a budget tablet, but as usual, don't expect them to be as good as a mid-range phone camera. The iPlay 50 Mini Pro's battery remains unchanged from the regular model at 5000 mAh, though it is comparatively small than other similar class tablets in the market. But thankfully, battery life is still decent as I only need to charge it every 3 days with an average 2 hours screen on time per day. Though I wish it could have come with 18W fast charging, as it takes more than 2 hours to charge the tablet with just 10W of power output. At 699 ringgit, the iPlay 50 Mini Pro really owns the competition if you're looking for an 8-inch tablet that offers good cost-to-performance ratio. It's just crazy to see how Alldocube has managed to fit in such a powerful mid-range processor, large storage, high-quality display, and 4G connectivity that totally undercuts other brands. The only concern that you might want to consider is the long-term hardware and software support, as Alldocube doesn't have any physical presence in many countries and you will need to go through its online customer support if you have issues. And there's no guarantee from the company that this tablet will get any OS updates in the future. But otherwise, I think the iPlay 50 Mini Pro is an excellent tablet and a no-brainer for most people. So that's all for my review on the Alldocube iPlay 50 Mini Pro. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and be sure to give us a thumbs up if you love what you saw, and the links is in the description if you're interested in getting one for yourself. So that's all for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.